Okay, Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. As you all know, I always try to teach the English speakers Arabic and the Arabic speakers English, because those two languages is a must for the student of knowledge of Islamic studies nowadays. You need both languages. So that's why I use Arabic books to teach English speakers Arabic, and I use English books to teach Arabic speakers English. So, and vice versa. You need to speak both languages. And if you ask me why you need both languages, I'll tell you why. Because from my experience, I come to term that knowledge in Islamic studies comes from two sources. One source is, we call it naql. Naql means Quran and Sunnah, and that's mostly in Arabic. That's why you need Arabic. And aql, which is the mind, the scientific method, and that's mostly in English. That's why you need English. So, as a student of knowledge, you need both languages. You need the English language in order to study aql, and you need the Arabic language in order to study naql. Because the main resources for aql, it's in English, and the main resources for naql, it's in Arabic. So that's why you need both languages. That's why I try to teach the English speaker Arabic and the Arabic speaker English. So this video, one of the videos that I'm trying to teach Arabic speakers English by reading books in order to pick up sentence, words, meaning. And I'm using this open free textbooks called OpenTax. Right here, Opens Task, Rice University. It is the textbook is like under the, what do you call it, under, you could go to that website, OpenTax, visit opentax.org. Okay, and it's under a common license. Here we go. Distributed 4.1 international license CC-B4. Under the license, any user of this textbook or textbook contents herein must provide proper attribution as follow. Okay. If you redistribute this textbook in digital format, including but not limited to PDF, then you must retain on every page the following attributes. Download for free at http://openstask.org detailed books astronomy. So just to let you know, I'm using legitimate, legit book that it's free to use. And when you read the agreement there, you'll know you could download it, you could use it. Okay, because it's under a license, it's like a free license. I'm trying to look for it right here somewhere. The license. Okay, just go to this website, OpenTask, and you could download as much books you want from there. Okay, and this book is about astronomy. This book is about astronomy. It's under the please contact support at opentask.org. Okay. You see, I have a lot of books, but the problem is the copyright. You see, the copyright prevents me from sharing those books that I bought. So that's why I'm trying to find books that you could share, you could, teach students. And this is one of them, OpenTask, and I use Wikipedia too, or Wikibooks, because they are open and free. But that doesn't mean there is no other books. There is a lot of books, but the problem is with the copyright. Like I said, they don't allow you to share the books digitally. You could quote from it, but I don't know really how much you could quote from the book. Under the copyright, you should quote, like 2 lines, 3 lines from the book. That's fine, I guess. But this is in general why I'm using this OpenTask Astronomy. You could find, and I'll put the link inshallah in the description. Okay, you could see right here, OpenTask. To learn about OpenTask, visit http opentask.org. Okay. Okay, he says over here, you see, OpenTask is a licensed under a Creative Commons Attribute 4.0 international license. Under this license, any user of this textbook or textbook contents herein must provide proper attributes as the following. Right here, if you redistribute this textbook in digital format, including but not limited to PDF and HTML, then you must return on every page the following attributes. Download for free at, okay, right here. This is the website you have to know in order for this to be legal. Okay. OpenTask.org, detail books, astronomy. This is, if you want to download this book, you have to go to this website, and I'll include it inshallah in the description. Okay. If you redistribute this textbook in print format, then you must include on every physical page the following attributes. Download for free. You need, if you wanna give it for free in printed form, you have to have this link in each page. OpenTask.org, details, books, astronomy. Okay. This is why I'm using this book, because of the copyright. Because the copyright give me the permission to share with you. We need to be under the law. We don't want to break the law, the copyright law. As a student of knowledge, you have to obey the law, the law of the land. Why? Because that's one of the characteristics of a Muslim. As Allah says in the Quran, وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِعُهُودِهِمْ رَاعُونَ. And in another verse Allah says, وَأَوْفُوا بِالْعُقُودِ. So you have to obey the law of the land. And one of the law of the land is the copyright. So this is why I'm doing this introduction regarding copyrights of the book. As this finished, okay, copyright, now we go to the book. So this is for every book I use from this website, OpenTask. Okay, because I don't want to repeat every time I use a book. I don't want to repeat this, what I just said. So this is apply for every book I use from OpenTask. That being said, we live in the age of the internet. There is so much information out there. But how can I evaluate those information? Is every information on the internet is correct? It's a fact? It's impossible. Is it every information on the internet is false? It's impossible. So we are living on the age of the internet. There is information out there good, and there is some information not good. So how can I pick up what's good from a sea filled with good and bad? This is the first lesson for the student of knowledge in the time of the age of the internet. You need to be able to distinguish between good science and bad science. How can you do that? You need what's called statistics. You need a talent called statistics, the art of learning from data, evaluating data, analyzing data, collecting data. First, collecting the data. Second, analyzing the data. Third, evaluating the data. So data is information. So when you collect the information, you have to have talent to collect those information. So collecting information is a talent. And analyzing information is another talent. I'm talking to the student of knowledge who wants to study Islamic studies in the right way in our time. You need to be able, you need to have the talent to collect data. I just go to Google and I just search Google and I collect data. Yeah, but you're gonna get good data and bad data. So which data you're gonna pick up? Which information you're gonna pick up? You have to have a criteria to the information that you are collecting. And that's called the scientific method. You need to be able to know the scientific method what's being proven. What's not proven, you don't need it. Because it could be just an idea, it could be opinion, it could be hypothesis, it could be a weak theory. And this is where evaluating the data need to come to play. And that's another talent, evaluating the data. How can I evaluate this data? Is this a good data, a good information, or is it a bad information? Is this a good science, or this is a bad science? Because people go to Google and they just search what they want, and they find data from anybody on a blog, or, and they just, I like this. So you liking this data doesn't mean it's correct. You like that information, it doesn't mean it's correct. That being said, okay, just give me a minute. Okay, assalamu alaikum. I'm back. Before the break, I was talking about data and how to evaluate the data. Like you see, when you start questioning those things, you'll come to term that this is a talent you need to learn as a student of knowledge, to evaluate the data. Even in the naql, we have hadith. How do you know this hadith is authentic or is not authentic? Evaluating the data. You go to the scholars of hadith and you ask them, is this authentic hadith? Is this good information? They tell you this is good information or this is not good information. That's regarding the naql, the authentic hadith of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Same thing with aql, same thing with mind, same thing with astronomy, physics, chemistry, biology, any discipline in science. You have information, and this information you need to make sure it's authentic, it is good. How do I know it's good? If there is observation to this data. Do I have observation, scientific evidence for this data, or I don't? If I do, then it is a good data. If I don't, it's only a hypothesis. It could be right, it could be wrong. So that being said, this is in order to evaluate the data. So basically following the steps of the scientific method. This way, you could search the internet and you have a criteria in naql and in aql, in science and in hadith and Quran. Quran is a good data because it's authentic, as we all know. The whole ummah, they agreed that this Quran from the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is being passed to us generation after generation after generation. There is no doubt in the Quran. But the hadith, we have weak hadith, we have good hadith, we have hadith sahih, we have hadith hasan, we have hadith da'if. So you need to evaluate the data in the hadith. Same thing in science, you need to evaluate the data. Is this a hypothesis? Is this a theory? Is this an idea? Is this an opinion? Is this... There's so many. Is this just a desire of opinion? You need to be able to evaluate that data. And the shortest way is the scientific method steps. So this way we talked about naql and aql, and how to collect the data and how to collecting the data. From where should I go to collect data? Scientific textbooks. You need textbooks to collect data. Like you want to know about astronomy, you go to the library or to any bookstore and you buy textbooks in astronomy to collect data. Same thing with physics, same thing with any discipline. So, and nowadays, like OpenTask, this website I showed you, they give it to you for free to read and to give a, for free to download on the website. And there is so many websites on the internet. You could download the book for free. It's open library or Wikipedia, Wikibooks. So you don't have to spend that much money on textbooks to collect data. Now, when you collect the data, you need to be able to evaluate the data. Not everything you read is a fact, even after you buy the books. No. You need to read carefully what the author is saying. Because the author, he could be saying to you, maybe, when he used the term maybe, that's mean he's not sure. Maybe yes, maybe no. When the author used the word hypothesis, that's mean it's only a hypothesis. It's not being proven yet. That's evaluating the data, reading carefully what the author is saying. That's evaluating the data, analyzing the data. Then you analyze what's the data, what's good, what's bad. You have an idea. Now, is this idea correct? Let's analyze the data. Let's see the data, what does it say from the textbooks. If we have supporting data and information with scientific observational evidence, then the idea is good. But if we don't have that, we only have opinions, we only have hypotheses, we only have opinions, desires, then that idea is not good. Or there is no, I don't want to say not good, but there is no enough supporting evidence to that idea. That's called evaluating the data. And this is where a lot of students in Islamic knowledge, in Islamic studies, they miss that. So I hope that will help you. Jazakum Allahu khayran. Assalamu alaikum.